Welcome to Boss Up. Get ready to elevate your game with your dynamic hosts. First up, we have the visionary powerhouse, Dan D. Johnson, who's a failure transformation expert and a financial literacy and business coach with a wealth of knowledge to help you scale and grow. And joining him is the inspiring and charismatic Sauda Amour, your corporate expert and life coach, ready to share insights on leveling up your life and relationships. Together, they'll guide you on a journey to unleash your potential and boss up. Now, welcome Sauda Amour and Dan D. Johnson.
Hey, what is up?
Amore in the building, yo.
What's up? Feels like just Friday I saw you in Vermont.
In Vermont. You saw me in Vermont Friday. Well, it was actually Thursday.
It was actually Thursday. Yes.
Because by Friday, by 3:30, 4 o'clock Friday, I was at the airport in the morning, heading back to Chi-Town because we had things to do. We had to teach some people some financial literacy CCs so that they could be financially literate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm so excited for tonight.
You just get right in it, huh? You just jump right on in.
Because we have someone so dear to me. So I'm really excited to hang out with her, hear about her business, all of that.
Can you say happy birthday to me first? You haven't seen me since my birthday. What are you doing? My birthday was just a couple of days ago. Why are you being so rude in front of the people?
I'm so sorry.
Merry birthday or something.
Your birthday was on Sunday.
Yes. Thank you.
Happy birthday. What is this? 55, 60?
Whoa.
What?
See, people like you won't make it in. You keep stuff like that up, you're not going to make it in. I'm trying to get you into heaven. You got to act right. You're not going to make it if you don't act right. And no, I'm not. I'm not
sorry. What birthday is this for you? I'm sorry.
I'm not even a half a century.
You're not half. You're almost though. So don't get it twisted. Okay.
When I tell you, all of a sudden I start looking at stuff like this.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay. So
I'm glad I still see through walls. I got 2020 in the spirit realm. Amen. Praise God.
That's okay. I mean, God graced you with another year. We get to help more people. You're also sitting in one of your birthday gifts. That's a little surprise coming up, but
yeah. I listen, I ain't scared. I'm sitting, in the bowling alley.
Yes.
More to come.
You what?
More to come.
Look at this new business. He's in a bowling alley.
Come on.
Okay, well,
yes.
Lots of work going on there. So we can't wait to hang out there. We can't. We have to bring a little live boss up at the bowling alley once everything is together.
Boss up. It's going to be off the chain, y'all. It's going to be off the chain. So what we got tonight? Come on, let's go, because I'm going to leave here and go somewhere. So let's get this done.
So the first thing I would like to say is this young lady, I've known her for many years, and I am so proud of her because she stepped out in faith this year in something that God has put on her heart. So I'm so excited to bring Dr. J to the stage today.
Dr. J in the building, y'all.
Hello.
What's going on, Dr. J?
A whole lot, I would say right now.
Okay.
And this Dr. J Gibbs' son. I just want to make sure everybody understands.
Yeah.
And I won't tell y'all what her first name is. That ain't y'all business.
What?
That's right.
Okay. This is interesting. So, Dr. J.
Yes.
Tell us, what did you just step out into this June? What day is it? It's June 10th. So you just started this June 1st. Tell us about it.
Yes. So I launched a faith-based clothing line called Threaded Truth. It was inspired. Well, it was several steps. So on June 1st, my pastor preached a message.
Okay.
He was preaching around Samuel, and he asked Samuel. Well, he was in the book of Samuel, and he was talking to Samuel. God was about mourning Saul, and he says, "How long will you mourn for Saul, seeing that I protected him?" And so from there, he says, "Now fill your flask with oil and go." And that message just hit me because I have, as of June 30th, I resigned my position as principal of Rosa Parks Middle School.
With May 30th, right?
Well, I resigned in March, actually, with no next in sight. And so, of course, just my husband's like, "Don't worry, don't stress. I got us." But, you know, I've been a working woman my whole life, so that was kind of hard. But nevertheless, I rested, and I was still mourning the principalship.
Okay.
But when I got that message from my pastor, Monday I went for a walk, and God began to speak about this vision he had. And I was like, "Okay, Lord, well, I don't know how I'm going to do this." And I came home and I started to do some reading on the concept he gave me first. Wow. And I opened up a design app and started designing. And then I kind of sent it out to people and said, "Hey, what's this? What do you think about this?" And I was getting great feedback. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm on to something. And so, well, let me back up. It wasn't June. It was in May, actually, because I launched in June. So let me stop. So it was in I launched in June. So I've only been in business 10 days. But it's been a ride. I've learned so much. It's
yay.
Yes.
Well, I love that sermon, that word. We got to listen. That's a good word right there.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, her pastor's smart. I know him.
Yeah. You know her pastor?
We was in school together.
Wow. Well,
so I know he's smart because he was in my class.
Okay. Well, I mean, despite you, he was, you know.
Yes.
Oh, wow. You know what? I could take a hit. Shots fired. I could take a hit.
Okay. So what is the business? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so it's a clothing-based, faith-based apparel line. Now, I will tell you that my brand line doesn't drop until July 1. So right now, the first two collections I dropped was the Juneteenth collection, which was called The Spectrum of Us. Okay. And it's the word black. I can say it was because it's still out there on the website. It's the word black with the spectrum embedded in it. And it captures who we are as a people, that we are all of the colors and not an absence of color. And then the second line he gave me one day, I was reading my word and he said the Truth Collection. And so,
I know, I'm getting that one.
And so it's still playing on the threaded truth, the logo aspect, but it's a sewing needle with the word truth dead set in the center, and then a scripture tied to some scriptures tied to truth that God speaks over us in regard, like he desires truth in the inward parts, things like that. So that's just those two collections that have dropped. But in the midst of all of that, he's given me, I think it's like 5 or 6 design ideas and collections that he wants me to release slowly but surely. And the way they come to me it's amazing. I was working out one morning, lifting some weights because I like weightlifting, and he gave me this concept and I had to get up and write. He even told me that I needed to keep paper and pencil or something to capture the ideas like with me at all times. And so I've been obedient to that. And he dropped it. I shared it with my husband. He's like, okay. So he's on board. He's excited. And so this is new because I've been an educator all my life. That's what I know how to do. Give me a lesson plan and a group of kids and I can make it happen.
Okay. So how do people order these shirts or this apparel line, or how do they order that?
Okay, so you go to the website threadedtruth.com, and so once you get there, the website it's hosted on Shopify, but the design, everything, the music is me. It's not me singing. It's not me playing. However, it is a creation based on the vision I have for the business. And so,
okay, cool beans. All right, so tell us. I mean, you're only 10 days in.
yeah.
But why don't you tell us? We've heard your call. We've heard what God has called you to. What is one challenge that you need to overcome now as you're stepping out into this new business? We have lots of people who want to step out into a new business or they just stepped out. So what is the challenge that we're going to talk about tonight?
So marketing, I would say, there's a gentleman that, AI kind of just tracks you, but I was introduced on TikTok by the name of Gary V. And he said, your leads are in your phone. And so he said, take your phone and connect. And I did that. And the first day I did that, I had over 100 subscribers to the website so that I can continuously connect with the customer base. Okay. But beyond that, that has really slowed down. So growing that subscriber base and just marketing to get people to actually come and visit the site.
Okay. All right. So let's see. You want to try to figure out marketing, how to get people to visit the site, but ultimately to order, right? Yeah. Like that's the biggest thing. Okay.
Yes. Can I say one thing? One more thing. So the vision is for me to I'm in ministry. I would love to be able to dedicate full time to that. Right now, having a boss is problematic for me. So the vision behind this whole launch is for me to fire my boss, retire my husband from his job, and create an inheritance for my children's children. Those 3 pillars are anchored in 3 John 1 and 2.
Okay.
So it's me wanting to actually do the work that he's called me to do. But, my life gets in the way of. So that's what I want.
Freedom.
Yes.
Let's see. All right. Got it.
So Dr. J, son.
Yes.
I got one question for you.
Yes. What is that question?
Are you ready to boss up?
I am ready to boss up. Yes.
All right, let's get to it. First of all, I want every female that is watching right now, I want y'all to just embrace the spirit of who God created this woman of God to be. Because she said she has 3 pillars. Fire her boss. Retire her husband. Come on, somebody. And leave a legacy for her children's inheritance for her children's children. You right on the money right there. You and more, y'all right down the street. She gonna probably one day. I don't know if she gonna fire her bosses because she's the boss. It's almost like she the boss of the bosses. I mean, they just need some more in her life. But I know she gonna retire her husband, and she's working. Yeah. Listen. I'm telling you, y'all do a class. Let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all do a class for how to retire your husbands. Yeah, do a class, and you're gonna be a blessing right there. So check this out. Y'all excuse the phone that's ringing. Somebody want to come in bold, but we're not open yet. But here's the deal. First of all, congratulations. Congratulations for stepping out on faith. Congratulations for making this journey. But not only, watch this, most people do the first part. They get tired with where they are. They get challenged with where they are. They get frustrated with where they are. And they feel a push to leave where they are. And they'll go ahead. And they're not necessarily leaving because they feel the pull. Mm-hmm. They're leaving because they're tired of the bull. Yeah. I know. Don't you look at me like that with that tone of voice. See, Amor, she's super safe. But the reality is, the people they leave their jobs, even though God has placed something on the inside of them to do. They have great vision. They have all of these things, and they leave their job not because they're ready to pursue, but they're ready to release. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so I'm going to congratulate you that you told your bosses have a Coke and a smile on May 30th, and by June 1st, you was bowdy. It's because so that means you wasn't just a hearer of what God was saying, you was a doer of what God was saying. And whenever you obey God, I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to go here, but whenever you obey God, your obedience creates a certain level of expectation that obligates God to fulfill. Oh, that was really good.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, that was good to me. So what I want you to understand from a spiritual perspective, and I don't really go this way, Amor would tell you, I don't go this way, but I want to give it to you. The joy of the Lord is truly your strength. And from a spiritual perspective, what's really going to take place is that you're operating principles. And because you have journeyed with God and journeyed in faith for so long, but this is a moment where you're really activating this journey that you've been on. This is the moment where you're actually saying, okay, this is something I'm putting myself in that I can't control. Because you used to controlling stuff, but I ain't gonna tell nobody business. I just met you today, though. You used to controlling stuff, you used to running stuff, and things that you could not control made you nervous. But in this moment, you could not control this, but you had to obey it. And because you obeyed it, what God is going to allow you to see in your expectation is results. And as he allows you to see those results, is going to take you into another level of worship. And then all you're going to do is repeat the process. Obey, expect, see, worship, and do it all over again. Now, how are we going to get some money in your pocket? Because you ain't going to be able to retire your husband and ain't no money coming in. No real husband going for that one.
Right.
No, yeah. So how are we going to do it? This is what we're going to do. Boy, more, she be funny. She be cracking up. But let me tell you what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. The first thing is you've already done it. So now what you got to do, if you got 100 people to subscribe in less than 10 days, and that's just from your phone, I want you to know that you got something going. So just off of those 100 people, when you begin to work those 100 people in your database that organically join, the average is this: if you had 1,000 people in your database, you could make 6 figures off of that 1,000. So let's just say, since the 6 figures off the 1,000, then you can make at least 5 figures off of the 100. But what it's going to do is you're going to have to drip on them. And so part of it is not just, hey, subscribe. You got to give them something you want them to buy.
Okay.
Don't have them just go and look. You want to create a funnel and all of those things where you let them know, hey, on Juneteenth. Now, here's the deal. Since threaded truth is a thing, then what you want to do is center, here we go, this is going to center what you do around movements.
Okay.
So what's the cause on Juneteenth? What's the movement you want to mobilize people around? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because where people may not want to buy a shirt, a lot of people want to be a part of a movement.
Yes.
So guess what? You in education, you've been in education all your life. That means you know a bunch of people in education. So what if Juneteenth became a day where you create a particular cause that's centered around education that you want to make the public aware of?
Okay.
Because the truth is, there's more to when I heard you talk about ministry and being in ministry 4 times, it really goes beyond clothing.
Yes.
So let's begin to attach your mission to the marketplace. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's one thing. So Juneteenth, we're going to create awareness around what's happening in education. They're trying to get rid of the entire Department of Education. How does that impact our students on a local level? A lot of times things be happening on a national level, and we really don't understand the depth of how it impacts us on a local level.
Yes.
So maybe perhaps you could attach your Juneteenth to that piece, right? So that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is you got to get people in your clothes.
Yes.
You got to get people in your clothes. So because they got to see it, right? And when they see it, they want to know, where can I go and get it?
Yes.
So we're going to have to put some people in your clothes. So you got to figure out, you got to have pastor, because you a good, faithful member and you helped him get in, and you're a nice tither, and you got influence and you got affluence. You've been in that church almost all your life. And so as a result, we're going to have t-shirt. We're going to have whatever Truth Day. Pick a day for Freedom Sunday, whatever that is. And when God give you a concept for it, pastor and his family gonna wear the shirts. We're gonna, here's the deal. We're gonna on the screen, we're gonna put Freedom Sunday, and we're gonna put the shirts. I need everybody in the shirts. Everybody in the shirts. We're gonna see Dr. J for your shirt. And this is the message. And whatever this message is, that's themed. Pastor gonna put the shirt on, his wife gonna put the shirt on, his daughter's gonna put the shirt on, y'all gonna put the shirt on, and he gonna preach a message around that theme. And everybody's gonna be in the shirt. But that theme has to be something that's about a mission. Whether it can be the mission of the church, is something that's gonna impact community. Everybody gonna have that on. And then here's what we want to do, because we want to cross promote. What we're going to do is we're going to take a moment in church. I know Dr. Derek, he real saved and conservative, but he liked to loosen up. That dude came to class sharp every day. Negro had on a sharp suit just about every time. That boy was so sharp, he cut somebody 2 ways going back and forth. But I'm sorry, I digress. So this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is what
I hope it is not watching right now.
That Negro know he's sharp. He always been sharp. And shoot, I just try to figure it out. I wasn't slim enough to get in some of the stuff he would wear. But here's the deal. Getting back to what I'm saying, so nobody take out the spirit. I'm in the spirit. And so what you're going to do is have everybody take out their phones. And whatever the message is, based on whatever the brand is, we want everybody to see the shirt, and they're going to tag it. They're going to tag their own social media, and they're going to tag it and say, hey, join the movement. And we're going to see if we can put a link towards that movement. And so that's the other piece. Then you're going to give people that are influencers and influencers, you got to sow it. You got to sow. You got to ask. You got to say, Dan D. Johnson, what's your size?
Yeah.
You know? And so, and then I'll come on and I'll do some of my stuff with your shirt on. And then I'm going to tag it. You got to give something to them more. You understand? You got to give people that's out there in the public, you got to give their eye. Then the next thing you got to do is you got to begin to connect and do some pop-ups. You got to go online. There's pop-ups all over the place. You got different festivals and all of that. You got to get your booth out there. If you wasn't so sophisticated, I'll tell you to do something else. But you super sophisticated, so I don't know if you're gonna do it. Your husband may take you though. But you
what is it? What is it? Because
you don't even know where the block is on 69th. So I don't even know. So I don't know. But here's what I'm gonna tell you. If you was really trying to get that stuff out there where a bunch of people is. But it all depends, because you don't want to necessarily, you got to depend on who your market is. And I'm joking, but I'm serious at the same time. If you're just trying to move product, then you could actually go to one of the flea markets and put you up a booth, and it would be inexpensive and you'll make a bunch of money because people are always trying to find different.
Right.
And even though they may not even have positive energy, they want to wear it. They want to give the perception of it. You got the people that'll cuss you out tomorrow, and then today they have on the t-shirt say, "I'm blessed of the Lord and highly favored."
Yes.
I'm talking about my cousins now. And so the reality, that's not my cousins, more cousins. They my cousins just by relationship with Amor. That's my sister, my cousin. But my cousins are all saved.
Yes.
Okay, no, don't make that look. But at any rate, are you understanding what I'm saying to you?
Yes, I am.
Is this stuff helping you so far?
Yes, and can I say that the wisdom of my husband, because one of the things he said was, babe, I won't mention who they are. We have 2 family members that at least last year one was an NFL player and another is an NFL player. And he was like, we got to get them in the shirts. We got to get them in the apparel. And I was like, well, how? Because usually they have contracts. He said, we ain't going to worry about that right now, but we got to get them in it. Even if they just put it on to work out, we got to get them in it. And so just list them, like the wisdom. Yeah. So yes.
Well, that's good.
You men, y'all got some wisdom.
Yeah. And that's why we deserve to be retired, so we can say, go, push, push, push. You do know Proverbs 31, when it talked about the virtuous woman. Yes. You do know they said she woke up extra early and made some bacon. And then she went out into the field and made some money. Yes. And she came back and she made certain when she went out in the field to make some money, that even when she went out, she brought honor back to her husband.
Yes.
See, y'all think the husband supposed to go out here and make all the money and do all the work. Yeah, no. That ain't what the Bible say. The Bible don't say it. Read Proverbs 31. And you got to read the whole scripture, the whole chapter. I'm sorry. I diverted. But listen, this has been absolutely fun. It's been amazing. I got one question for you, Dr. J.
Yes, what is it?
Do you feel that you've been bossed up?
Absolutely. Yes.
Boom!
Absolutely.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This has been fun.
I got my notes.
You got your notes.
Yes.
And you know what? Mr. Moore wanted us to be up close and in person. So you see, she got us like all right here. I'm trying to shrink my head to fit in the screen, but it's all good. It's all good. Thank you so much for joining us. You've been absolutely amazing. I love your energy.
Thank you.
Tell your husband congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
So proud of you.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We're gonna close, but that was so great. You gave some key wisdom that I think lots of people can use. I really love where you talked about sow unto others and having them represent the brand as well. I think that's gonna I really love that idea.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, she was absolutely amazing. You're absolutely amazing. It's been a plump, pleasing pleasure, more than a privilege. Hey, listen, if you got a business, you got something, and you got a problem. If you got a business and you got a problem. If you got a business and you got a problem and you feeling a little lost, come on and get bossed. Come on, get bossed up with us.
That wraps up
Reach out
another
to Shada
empowering
Moore,
episode of Boss
and let's
Up.
have it.
Join Dan D. Johnson and Shada Moore on the next episode of Boss Up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow Dan and Shada on all social media platforms for more insights and inspiration to boss up your life. Until next time, remember to keep shining, keep grinding, and always boss up.
Hey, you sleep.